without mic. I'm trying to make my voice louder. Can you hear me? Yes. So today I'm trying to present I'm doing some research. I'm from Jangra University. They mentioned that I'm Krishna Prasad Mondal. I'm from Jangra University. I'm from Institute of Remote Sensing. So we are doing some research using geospatial database, like open geospatial database. So I'm just telling the story, not showing the research things because the research is still running. There are 4 types of disaster focus. This is one of the most concern that we need to do some building resilience through the national hazard. In Bangladesh, you can see if you notice the all disaster risk mapping information. Bangladesh is Bangladesh is one of the most disaster prone countries. Bangladesh ranks is 7 maybe. So in Bangladesh, several disasters like flood, and cyclone and river inundation is the most frequently happen in coastal area in northern part of Bangladesh and middle part of Bangladesh. So how can we do some? How can we build resilience for that? Those disasters. So we are doing some research on that. That research for local intervention. The government they are trying to make some insurance policy for disaster prone area. So we are trying to help the Bangladesh government for that part. So for that research, for completing that research, we try we are trying to find out the question how can data accessibility improve disaster resilience, and how we can collaborate the local people. Means the government they are doing the research, but if we collaborate the local people like students, like different college, different school, and the local university, then it will be good for get good type of data and also get awareness for the disaster. So for that, we focus. I mentioned that we focus on flood and flash flood, then cyclone. So in cyclone, during cyclone, you know that in coastal area, not only the cyclone, on that time storm surge means the flash flood also happened in that area. Then drought. Mainly, we know that Bangladesh have no drought in regular purpose, but for agriculture drought there are some drought. In heat wave and drought affected in the Rajshahi, mainly Rajshahi district and the Rajshahi region. So now I'm telling about the open data. Open data means not only geospatial data. There are so many database. There are government database. Then we have some population data. The population database from all of sites. There are needed rainfall database from NASA, SARS. There are river discharge data from NASA and groundwater database from GADI. So there are so many data sets. Is open. So we can use that data set in together, and then we can get a good result. If we use open data source and if you want to make the community environment, then it will be we can get the real time information, and we can get the real time monitoring. Real time flood. For that we can easily find out real-time flood monitoring, because in Bangladesh there are water level data set from Bangladesh Water Development Board. So we can integrate that data set into our previous data set. So then it will be good for flood monitoring, and also like we know there are big challenge for us that flood damage assessment. This year we like faced a devastating disaster like flood, Feni flood. So Feni flood it was a big gap that during the flood we didn't get the satellite image on real-time satellite data. So if we have the service if we get the real-time data, then we can easily identify the damage assessment. Because on the time most of the area don't have the mobile coverage, mobile network coverage. So how can we easily find out which area most affected? So we can use SAR data if it is available. So depending on the availability, we can use the different satellite data like Sentinel-1 or TerraSAR. And another thing like crowdsourced maps. Crowdsourced map. We are planning for that, but it's still in planning. So maybe we can integrate that type of things for in future. And we get data set from OpenStreetMap map and United OpenStreet hot data set. And this flood, Feni flash flood, we got data set from OpenStreetMap, and Bangladesh OpenStreetMap community. They introduced two tasking manager activities. So we get data set from that part also. So now I'm discussing about citizen science. What is citizen science? Citizen science mainly we want to engage the local people. Mainly we want to get data from the local. The local means the disaster prone area. Every people like our target mainly young people who are like education, who are in college student, who are university student, or who are working there. So they can help us easily. We our targeted area in coastal area 2 union. We are focusing the 2 union people. We sort the people from the area, and we want to train them how to digitize the data set in OSM, and then we can get good data set from them, and then we can use it for disaster risk reduction. So this is our project on like cyclone preparedness in coastal Bangladesh. We use the open data source for cyclone hazard monitoring. We use like joint typhoon warning center dataset for the previous year different cyclone tracking, and we find out which area most affected using that data. We also use ASP model for identifying which area mostly risk vulnerable area. Then we find we want to validate that area, because this is model data set, ASP model. Then after finishing identification of the risk map, then we want to go validate that risk map. Is it correct or not? Then after getting the result, we want to modify that model also for the good result. This is another one like every year Sunamganj area, mainly Haur area, almost 348 Haur in Bangladesh. Those areas are affected by flash flood, and that Haur area one of the biggest food production area for Bangladesh. If I am not wrong, almost 130 maybe one among the third how can I say almost one-third percent rice production from that area comes to the economic growth of the whole Bangladesh. So it is important for us that we need to identify which area mostly affected flood of that area for like crop. Crop yield estimation and crop sorry, right. Crop harvesting, sorry. I mean crop harvesting before flood damage occur. So for that reason, if we get the good quality data set from the local people and from the Bangladesh Meteorological Department, and also use the previous year historical flood data, then it will be good for us to make a 48 hour or like 80. We can predict the flash flood before 84 hours. So then the farmer can collect their crop from the field before coming the flash flood. So it will be, it will be another milestone for us that if we can finish that project, it will help the people and also help the government. So for this project, which tool we want to use? Like one tool, everybody knows that QGIS is one of the most open source platform for mapping. So we use for final mapping, we use QGIS for final mapping. Another things like we want to use Google Earth Engine for like big data analysis and for the data like satellite data analysis. And we also want to use OpenStreetMap and also Kobo Toolbox for like field data collection, for validation and for like data collection. And and another part we want to integrate, we still thinking on it, like for like flood modeling, 3D modeling, we want to use UAV drone for a selected area. So we are doing so many work, but how can we collaborate this type of work with the people? For our product will support Bangladesh government. Then we want to support Bangladesh Water Development Board and also Minister of Disaster Management at Delhi. So and another thing like we want to collaborate with the different NGO and INGO. INGO like Save the Children, like every disaster, mainly most of the children and older men and women are most vulnerable. So if we get the prediction, then we can inform them. They can easily evacuate the people from the disaster event area. So and then another like I mentioned that there are some academic students, but not they are only for research. So we are planning like a hub and also a data storage for further research for the institute, and that dataset will be open for all. That dataset will keep in our server, and everybody can use that dataset. Only you need to cite the data source. So there are so many challenges. I'm telling about so many positive things, but one thing is that there are one of the big challenge for us that we are telling that open data, but for Bangladesh only OpenStreetMap or several data sources open, and a government data set is almost closed. You need to buy. It's not open. and like there are some bureaucracy problem. So this is one of the most vulnerable things. I mean, the most challenges for us. If we want to use PMD data or auto development data, we cannot open that data set for all. So if we want to open that model for you people, but some data will be not available, you must buy from them. So this is one of the gap for us. So for how can we do good research or get data, or how can we make it open? So we need a good policy. We need to ask the government, Bangladesh government, BMD, the Digital Management Department. They have everybody, maybe most of the people from Education Institute, they know that DEM data, like digital education model, is one of the best. One of the good quality data is available. 1 meter DEM data is available from the Digital Management Department, but those data is not open. So if we collaborate with them, if we get that data set that data set is free for student, for researcher, then it will be good for us. Those things. And also another thing, we need to cross collaboration. This research is doing by some people of our institute, but if we collaborate with different organizations like another university, local organization, then it will be more effective, more good for it will be more good and more accurate, because everything is not done by one people. So if we collaborate with several institutes, several disciplines like civil engineer, Water Research Institute, or IWM, and another Policy Development Institute, then it will be more effective and more collaborative. Then another things we are doing for the people. So we need also aware the people about this type of activities. Then if we make another app, but people are not using, so what is the purpose of that app? So we also need aware the people, and also need the collaboration from the ground level people. So this type of activity I am not sharing in Bangladesh. I also share Save the Children India. They have another project, Bal Suraksha Bharat. So they are more interested about this open data source activities in India. So I talked with Ramya that they have a 7 open mapping guru. So they want to engage that people for teach the local people in coastal area of India for disaster risk reduction. So this is my presentation. This is not the whole things. The project is still running. We just started the project, so I just mentioned the overview of the project. So we hope this project will be good work for the people who are affected by, who are living in the disaster prone area. I hope maybe some of students or some of professional from there, I get some collaboration to do this work in future. Thank you all.